Mark T the Handyman. Today it's about 80 degrees and I'm going to start up the air conditioning. At the end of summer, I took the fuses out and put them in the off position so that we could disconnect the oil heaters in the compressor. So now we're going to switch it around and put them back on. And we'll leave that like that for 24 hours. Okay, we're back. Let's take off the cover and see how she looks. One thing you want to make sure is the condenser coil is clean. No cottonwood, no leaves. Since I had the cover on it, everything looks good. Got a little bit of cottonwood on the outside here. I'll blow that off before we start it up. Okay, I've got my leaf blower. One of the things you want to do when you're cleaning your coil is to blow down instead of in. There's really not that much dirt on this coil. I did it more for demonstration. You don't want to take water either and blow in. If you're going to use water, blow down just like I did. The reason that you don't want to use water, I think, is it compacts the dirt. If you blow it in there, it gets hard and it's really tough to clean. The number one trouble with condensing in the summertime is cottonwood or leaves or dirt or anything that's obstructing it, because that causes the head pressure to go up, energy to go up, and the compressor to work harder. So you want to keep the coil clean out here. The next thing I have to do is I have to put it into the cooling mode. There we go. We'll leave it in the heating cooling. And there we go. So we'll set it to about 78 degrees. It's 77. It's 80 degrees in the house right now. So our compressor's on, the condenser fan is on. I'm going to put some gauges on the unit here just to see. This is a R410A refrigerant, and I've got gauges because this is what I do. Air conditioning, heating, and cooling. One there. That's the low suction, or this low side, the suction side. And this is the high side, or the discharge side. Okay. And so the pressures aren't too bad. It's about 122 on the suction side and about, let's see, maybe about 220 on the high side. There's our gauges. This line here is the liquid line. You always want it to be warm. This side here is the suction side, and that should always be cold. If this is hot, that means your condenser is probably dirty or there's some kind of malfunction in the fan. But yeah, right now we're good. Okay, so we're in the house. This is the furnace. The main thing that you want to check right now is to make sure that your filter is clean. Dirty filters can cause you all kinds of problems, just as much as you probably would get with a dirty condenser, okay? So this is pretty clean, okay? And what you do is you want to get that airflow over that cooling coil. If you don't get enough airflow, then you could start to freeze the coil. The next thing is we want to check to see what our temperatures are coming out of the furnace and into the furnace. So our return air is about 75.5. So that's coming back into the furnace. Let's see what we got on the other side. So now we're taking the temperature on the supply side. That's the side that is delivering the air to the house. That's a pretty good number, 75, 55, a 20-degree spread. Notice that I use the same thermometer on both sides. The reason I do that is because if one thermometer is in one side and one's in the other, they might not be calibrated correctly. This way you know you've got the same calibration. You're getting a 20-degree spread on this coil. That's pretty good. So the next thing I'm going to just show you while we're in the inside here, this is the liquor line that's supposed to be warm all the time, and this is the suction side, okay? It's hard to see in here, but I'm just going to stick my finger in between that insulation, and it's cold. If you ever see ice down here, there's obviously a problem. If this is very hot, you know your condenser's dirty. The next thing we're going to check is the condensate drain. The condensate drain is connected to a condensate drain pan that's on the A coil. As the warm air goes up through the coil at 55 degrees, it will condense any kind of moisture in the warm air. Then it comes out to the condensate drain, which then goes into a trap. That trap is there so you can't have air blow back through there, but sometimes that's where the problem comes in and it starts to get clogged up. So the AC installer, when he installed this, he put a cap on here that you can remove, and you can maybe blow some air to unclog it, or you can stick some kind of a tool to maybe clean that out a little bit. And this one here, some go into a condensate pump, but this one does not. It goes into a floor drain. In this particular case, the condensate drain from the air conditioning shares the floor drain with a dehumidifier that drains into that same drain. Pretty common. Hopefully this video was helpful. If you like it, give us a thumbs up or a like. If you'd like to see more videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Have a nice summer.